Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Quick look here at Caspa, see what's going on. Wow, it still held very strong yesterday, contrary to everything that happened in the market. Bitcoin pulling back as low as 60,600. Caspa holding strong at this 12 to 12.5 cent range. So we're going to talk about the liquidation levels that I mentioned yesterday being relevant. I think we're getting close to some of those upper liquidation levels. Then also just discuss potential for breakout or pullback. Coin's looking pretty strong though, so let's go ahead and preface first with the obvious here. We got some heavy concentrations of liquidation, anywhere between 12.6 upwards about 13.2. Okay, so 13.2 is a massive amount of shorts, potentially going to get liquidated here soon. So I'm not sure why people are shorting this coin, but it's showing extreme strength, especially contrary to the rest of the market. So when you see this kind of behavior, shorting is not really a best call. Okay, so again, that's kind of where we're at there. Future reference too, people ask me all the time too, just to clarify, I do have a Trading Academy community and signals group. Link down below. Check that out, cryptocache.tech. You have any questions, just go ahead and email me. Okay, so here's the thing. This descending trend, while it's not perfect, we're essentially retesting that level. Okay, now it's not an official break, because again, these are mostly candle wicks that go up and then back down. But generally speaking, we've seen this consistency with this descending trend here, and this is a stronger attempt to kind of break through that level. And I say stronger because if we zoom in, we can see a decent amount of volume starting to populate here at these lower levels. Okay, now when you see this a lot of times when you see this rather, a lot of times the price will stick there and sustain itself. Right here at 0.618 fib, let's talk about that. That's an important level. Extremely important. It's commonly referred to as a golden pocket, this area here. Once we break through that level, there's, in general, in most cases, there's no looking back. Not to say the price couldn't still correct itself, but it's less likely the price is going to pull back here moving forward because it's up through this key level resistance. Now again, if we look at liquidation, a lot of incentive for the price to go up further at that 13.2 level. So keep in mind 13.2 is up here right there at the most recent high. Okay, so back in April, on the 23rd of April, we saw the price action at high, and there's a lot of shorts still holding on from that level, which is crazy to me. Why wouldn't you take profit all the way down here? It doesn't make any sense. Again, not everyone does that. There's a lot of different reasons for it, but specifically, bad idea to hold on too long, folks. So you got to take profits in the market. If you're not taking profits in the market, you're not sort of sustaining yourself as a good trader. This is my full-time job, and I can tell you that I do very well for myself with swing trades alone, and I take profits when I can. There's no reason leaving money on the table. It's probably one of the worst feelings than even taking a stop loss, taking a hit. Taking a stop loss after being fully in profit, oh my gosh, that's the worst. Anyways, we broke above 50 on the RSI. This is extremely beneficial. Stochastic swinging up, money flow index over 50, MACD converging here for 3 days in a row now. This is a very, very solid sign. We also broke through this tentative resistance here too, this 0.618 fib level once more, just to clarify. We had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 attempts to break through that level, and now we are officially above that. I know. There's this little guy here that came up and came back down, but Bitcoin is being a complete nonsensical bug right back then too. So you got to keep that in mind. But keep this in mind too. Bitcoin's been doing one of these while CAS was doing one of these. That's a very interesting pattern. It basically just implies that Caspa cares very little about Bitcoin, and that's what you want to find. You want to find coins that are decoupling themselves from Bitcoin. All right, so take a look at the 4-hour time frame. Let's quickly clarify. We're over 50 on the RSI. Getting closer to 70, money flow index is high, stochastic swinging up, MACD converging. These are all very, very bullish signs. We can see it's a significant amount of volume coming into this coin too. That shows sustainability and more likelihood of staying at this level or higher. Okay, so I think this 0.618 fib level is going to hold fairly strong. Definitely looking pretty good. TD sequential, we can see we got a nice little reset here, looking pretty decent. We can also confirm that we are breaking free from this ascending type of pattern. A lot of times that'll retest that level as a support, and we could also have a bullish backtest of this descending trend line too. So there's a lot of reasons here as to why the 4-hour time frame looks pretty solid. Let's quickly double check the cloud and kind of see. While this isn't perfect, this is still a very, very optimal situation. We're well above the cloud. Cloud is going to consolidate itself right here at 0.618, which is again that low 12 cent range. So just say 12 to 12.1. We can also see here, lagging spans free and clear for the moment, but it's soon to intersect, implying that you should take some profits if you are considering, or if you're already in a trade. Okay, so if you haven't taken profits by now, I don't know what you're doing, but generally speaking, while the likelihood of the price continuing further up is greater with this coin, we also got to recognize too that profits need to be secured if you haven't yet already. So we can also see this somewhat of an ascending trend line here. Now this isn't like a perfect situation again, but definitely looking somewhat solid here. Okay, so again, we got this retest 1, 2, 3 times to break through that level. We're establishing higher lows, stronger propensity for the price action to increase from here. So we could very well see the price pull back and do one of these. It could level out, come over here, and essentially bounce off this more recent lower fib level at 11.7. I was expecting the price to pull back to that level yesterday anyways. Since it hasn't, and it's done so well, contrary to how poor Bitcoin did in the last 24 to 48 hours, I would say the Caspa has much more likelihood of going further up than down. I would just recommend, of course, with it being overextended like this, I would recommend low leverage, low position sizing. I'm considering a trade with this coin right now, and I would say if I were to take one, I'd probably do 3 to 4x leverage instead of 5 or 6. Okay, just again to be safe, because again, while it could and should break out, it could very well pull back too, and this would be one of those coins that it needs to correct itself, but it doesn't necessarily have to. Okay, I know it sounds weird when I say that, but the bottom line is we have tons of volume. There's no reason for the price to actually pull back. It's just that, if Bitcoin does retrace, we could see a slight pullback from this coin, because you can only sustain so long without, kind of respecting how Bitcoin's doing, right? Most coins will eventually align themselves with Bitcoin. Either way, let's pay attention to that. But moving forward here, I'd say you're going to find much more success going up than down with this coin right now. And I would just recommend being safe and watching your trade closely to be on the safe side here, and just making sure that, if you consider a trader here, be careful and do not get too crazy with leverage. Okay, again, that's kind of the general consensus. A majority of all the profits that we take as a community, by the way, is low leverage. Like for example, Bake, that was a 5x leverage trade, 31%. VeChain, Matic, low leverage, low leverage. Bitcoin, we do 10x leverage for that. We had 64% from 57,000 to 65K. Again, just different strategies, but for the most part, low leverage is the foundation. Okay, it's a very responsible way to go. Anyways, conversation for another day. Thanks again so much for watching. Comment below. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Make sure we kind of get these videos up and going. It really helps grow the channel and gets us in front of more people that deserve it, instead of watching all these other no talent people that I hear a lot about, which I still have yet to understand why they're successful. Either way, thanks again so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.